remember so what happened today. I was number 15, 1992. My parents told me to go to the living room because the police had to come to ask me some questions. When I arrived, the two police were waiting for me standing next to the couch. I sat down. Had they began to ask me about Desiree, Miriam, and Tony. I remember that I was looking at my parents all the time, asking me what going on. Suddenly, a policeman told me that my friends had disappeared and that I was last person that would have seen them alive. I told whenever that happened that they come to sue me to win they to a discorrect, but because had my phone it could not go. They referred leaving the calls Miriam Fazet to take 10 vote. He was also sick and they had to walk and they had to make that they were going to disclaim, but that were missing. Surred they never arrived at the place.
I did wake up the moment check. Some is very property makes discovered in as an array. Umani wearing a large way and they weird. A time for the civil war went down. Snake the alercy who the charge of rowing. Take off Jose Miguel Ward Loing Sever. Os arrived ions since se was rowing. Corpese y anone para el municipio. After from the Thai Civil Guardia and Toys Snakes, they alerted and effort rowing the bodies. Jose Miguel Borg Loing say una real test scan since it was removing a body and the municipality. Two of the their ends sparring from the receiving bodies despite the period of corpses area. Cruising. Take Russian foreigners very disgusted when they expressing ave al dare of Spain y cool. I te por Hilscher te podría actually processing the secrets. However, the most relevant was they were next to some bush arte is escondid it turned over Florelight Hospital La Valencia y también un canal Enrique Ángeles Martin Florey that Wednesday I went most early. Also when the bodies were transferred to Nervan municipality of Lombay into having formed the outer visitor was the certain Thai when decided that the presidency on Psicología and Forex reports e argumented that Valencia coroners present corviture it the first autopist and objective of having fossil laws alibase could have been key in the indiction of I impossible mundares they did not consider the suit the laboratory really for late because it does recover fast a second phone scholar because fratella aure ave coyot. Samples of larvae during its autopsy instead of having cayendo of the explicated taller burial bodies lives very recommended stars. It regarded for this bank in concluding autopsy match is say that is as adults with a mind info.
On the afternoon of January 27, after removing the bodies and following the trail of the medical fire, we went to the home of Enrique Angles. Enrique was Antonio's brother, who was already signed by us. At the home were Enrique Angles, his sister Kelly, Kelly's boyfriend, and the mother of the Angles. The first 3 were sent to the Patrick's barracks.
2 months after his arrest, I remember that Miquel Ricard made a first statement before the Zurich, which turned his story around. He denied that he participated in the crimes and asserted that the civil guard had tortured him to force the self-incrimination.
Do you the Houselandist Fernando Garcia what made you to tell about the crime?
And yes,
What happened?
we received a message about where was sold behind the time. After the magazine realized that evidence, when it arrived, there were many more journalists, and there was Fernando Garcia, Miriam Fafter, where to began to speak. He began to say that the trial it should be postponed because of the net evidence they had found.
What is proponent?
No. After no, my film people had signed it Hall of Alcasser to postpone it. I never happened.
What died Garcia react?
He died not like that died not died he had eintogt because I did not postpone the trial and said the trial is this conditional is at panautonomy.
The sentence on Friday, September 5 on 1997, 36 days after the conclusion of the trial, the sentence was handed down for the crime of Alcasser. Miguel Ricard was sentenced to 170 years in prison for killing, kidnapping, rape, and murder, with the aggravating circumstances of the population and cruelty. He was also awarded the cost of the trial and the compensation of 300 million euros for the families of the victims.
What is your great effect about the bond remade, right?
And yes,
Tell us what I went.
were started in February 2017, where a man found a human to the next to the crime pad. Every site it was found on it of the health, but then I was negative. And the complaint in the jam 2019, while working for 2 rounds, with the belief were from animals. They told him to the police and told him it was human, and they began to take samples to the ADN test and they said if it matched were they hair. But with 2010, no 2017, 2017, a month ago, no cold confirmed was the bones belonging to Miriam Garcia.
Resolved uses. There are many unresolved uses, such as the pieces of the Social Security flyer that incriminated Angel's brother will have remained on the grave in an area of strong winds for 2.5 months. No traces of blood or organic fluids of the girls were found in the booth where the events are said to have taken place. Forensic tests of the hairs found in the second autopsy determined that they belonged to at least 5 people.